Hello. Um, this is meeting number 3, is it? Yeah. So I've sort of got a few things on the agenda once again. I think what we can start off with is how's everyone's equipment? Sorry.
You okay? Just give me the agenda items.
Oh yeah. So I'll list them off. Yeah. How's everyone's equipment list going? Like.
Pretty good. So the sound tech team's equipment list is pretty good. The sound system's done. However, there's a lot of stuff that we can't continue to progress with people's performances. Yeah. And
All right.
the ideas of setup.
Yeah.
But we've got the PAs down.
Yeah. So
just
instrument tech is
yeah.
the priority because
Yeah.
crossover.
What were you saying? Sorry.
I was saying we've got the PA equipment list down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Currently accounting how many cables.
Yeah, that's good.
So sound team work in progress, really.
Yeah, we're doing some diagrams and things. I need to do that input diagram.
Yeah.
Do that by next week.
Sound. That seems good. Lighting team. How's your thing going on? Equipment list.
Yeah, we've made an equipment. Sorry, Lewis. No, sorry. Go on. Yeah, we've made an equipment list. We haven't put justification. We haven't used list of justifications yet, but we've got all the lighting equipment.
Yeah.
Next thing.
That's what we got.
So once again, lighting team's equipment list sort of working in progress. It's going to be all working in progress, isn't it?
We've got the equipment list, but we haven't got the exact amount of wires that we need.
Yeah.
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 Like the generic stuff.
Yeah, and the routing and everything.
So it's basically almost finished, but you just need to do the wires type thing. Okay. AV.
We've pretty much finished it. We just need to work out how many cables we need, and we're doing the contingency plans as well.
Oh, that's good.
So you're well on the way. So AV well ahead.
We also have contingency plans.
You've got some contingency plans. Oh, not all though. Not loads.
We haven't thought about it, but we thought of something, then we thought, well, that can just be a contingency plan because we won't need it.
Yeah, that's good to start thinking of actually. Have we got any for sound contingency plans yet?
Yeah, however, there's things that can be put in place to do.
Alright, okay.
There's the possibility.
Well, yeah, sorry. Well, hopefully by next week we can sort of work on some of those for the sound team, and just try to get those finished off. Obviously, sound team have got limitations with what performances are going to happen. So it's all going to depend. But lighting team and AV can crack on with everything that you need to.
More
Really.
as the performances
Yeah.
come together, instrument tech and sound tech as a whole can progress a bit more.
Yeah.
Does anyone have an idea of what, in terms of hardware, if you're doing Ableton, what you want to use?
I had an idea. I won't be using Ableton. I'm thinking of using just Pro Tools and creating my own backing tracks from scratch, and then playing along with that with guitar, vocals, and a bit of synth probably. So that all, yeah. So all that will require the synth will go through the system, so will my guitar, and so will my vocals. Actually, I might put my vocals through Pro Tools so I can add effects on. And then the way in which I'm going to do that is I'm going to use an interface. So I have an output to my headphones and an output stereo output to front of house.
Yeah.
So I need to look into what interface I need to use for that. I might be able to use the audience upstairs because they've got two multiple outputs. And I'm not going to use more than say 2 or 3 inputs because of devices and such. So yeah, that's my
I'll
plan.
probably need everyone to send me a message, a bit like what you just said, with everything that
Yeah.
you'll need.
Well, I can create a form for you if you want.
Yeah.
Or would you rather have it be all in the same document?
It's up to you, to be honest.
Yeah.
Either or.
I recommend either making folders with everyone's name, or if you could just make a document that we could all edit on, and then I'll just add some.
Yeah, like an Excel table or something with each one's name.
Yeah,
and then
or
what
even
it
just
is.
a Word document table. I think that'd
Put it in the Teams chat.
Yeah. Anybody else got an idea of what they might want to do?
I mean, we've got plenty of time when it comes to ideas of what we need to do. But
Aaron said he'll help with that
Yeah, so like preferably getting stuff down a bit sooner rather than later, though, just for the ease of the sound team to have an idea of what we're going to be plugging in. And then,
Because it is his technical role after all.
yeah. So yeah. Next thing really, I think it's more up to me and like stage manager, but mostly me to get in contact with the venue and make sure we can put on the event timing and all stuff like that. I think we. Pardon?
Are we on to administrative roles now?
Well, I was just going to say we all agreed on a specific date, didn't we?
Yeah.
I don't think we have discussed. Well, you can discuss one now.
Well, what were some possible ideas of places?
I did put forward the idea before about possibly doing it in the sports hall, but I think that was sort of out of the equation. Yeah.
Also, blocking it off from people just walking in.
Yeah.
Would be difficult.
So, yeah.
Can we message your two rooms?
I mean, we could try, but then again, it's getting the equipment down there, and you know.
I'm willing to chip in.
So are we all agreed that it's happening in the Hazel Pearson Theatre?
Yeah.
That's just off the
You
top
also
of
check
our
the
heads.
availability.
Yeah, we're going to check the availability. But I'm sure that will not be a problem. Yeah,
What would be our
so
contingency plan if we couldn't get in the theatre, do you think?
there's the black box.
Actually, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. So there's literally next door, which is the black box.
That's a good thing. Might have to.
I think might be a bit big for a liner system. It might be a bit small for a liner system even, but you know.
You might have to mention that in the email contingency plan if the black box will also be available.
Yeah. So it sounds right. So we're gonna start. Obviously, we tried getting equipment lists down yesterday, like in our individual teams. Once we've sort of finished off with those equipment lists, can we start working on personal like sort of timelines of when you need certain things done in your team? We'll probably do that more in a big group like this when we're doing these team meetings, just because everything will have to. It'll have to flow smoothly, and we'll have to rely on other teams to get stuff done before we can go on to the next thing. And it'll especially help out with when it comes to social media and stuff like that, having a timeline, saying specific dates of when we're going to do posts for promoting the event. Are we going to post everything all at once, like on every social media platform?
Speaking of that, I've literally just created the email for the event, which will spam
Perfect.
from all the social medias from that. So I've got the details, but the email's just here comes Chaos event, so I could get a clean email rather than stick loads of numbers on it. And I've created a simple password that I'm debating with sharing with everyone. However, all of the social media team will know.
Yep.
In the chat. And then from there, we can begin to create the different social medias and ensure that they're all linked as well.
Yeah.
Which the most likely will be purely from the email alone. However, getting that connection might solve some issues of posting. It might simultaneously post across a few.
Yeah. Sound.
Yeah.
And then is that all for social media? Would you say?
I believe so. However, something I'd like to get worked on is it's all good creating the social media, but the creative marketing team. Probably
Oh yeah,
start
I need
creating a logo.
yeah, which I'll get to straight away.
Even if for now it's just
How are we booking the theatre out? Like who are we contacting?
So, who was it again? I've forgotten her name.
Claire.
Might have been Claire, yeah. So Jason sent me her email, and I'll get in touch with her.
By next week.
Yeah. And then there was just a few additional ideas for the event, really.
just more towards the theme.
Yeah, a bit. So I had an idea which I've like shared with a few people, but it doesn't need to be a thing. I'm just, as I said, just an idea. I was thinking possibly could we incorporate a sort of story to the event, being a chaotic, like apocalyptic sort of theme, like have yeah, something like that. Yeah, so like across the event, you sort of in between acts, you get like part of a story playing. So that also that covers for our while we're bringing on instruments and stuff like that, and like redoing the stage for the next act, the audience is still engaged watching these like.
Could create like filler scenes. Where,
Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah.
Create scenes for like the different acts, so it could start up in
Yeah.
a street.
Exactly.
A different location, and then as well as that, have like audio in the background of like.
Yeah, like sirens going off or
Well, I think the
stuff like that.
introduction would be great to have like a siren introduction.
Yeah.
like,
To start off the chaos and then. Yeah, well, literally starting off the chaos and starting off the event.
So build up, and then whoever's the first act will begin their set.
Yeah.
And then from there,
You could.
once the music's done, rather than just cutting to like, well, before we just cut to Spotify playlists or like
Yeah.
songs we had downloaded on the desk.
We could have.
To audio we've created.
Yeah,
have,
yeah.
Like, scenes of like people
Like a bit, like sort of like the Purge, where it's like.
proper backgrounds.
Yeah, it's sort of
Chaotic scenes.
apocalyptic, chaotic, like and all that.
Is anyone opposed to that idea? No.
Obviously, that's a lot more work, which like
I don't want anyone to do unnecessary work, but if someone's willing to.
I'm willing to do it. Well, that would fall down to the creative designing bit, which is like I'm doing anyway. So like I don't mind working with. Well, Harry, you're in the creative design, aren't you? So, well, so with that we would. You could help with the sound design and stuff like that for, like that kind of stuff, and that would work even with the promotional stuff as well. And we could all blend it into one sort of.
If you also need any help with that kind of like.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
foliage, I can produce it.
Well, like yeah, as I said, like we may need a narrative if we're making it sort of like a thing
Do
like that.
some really, like, you know, like Michael Jackson as the voiceover at the end.
Yeah.
Do some really, like,
Yeah.
disturbing voiceovers.
It's the 1975 who have like a full set and it's like inside a house and they've got like a massive theme to do with like whatever their thing is really. But yeah. So it sounds that's everything on the agenda for now. But like we can go over like literally what we've just talked about. So everyone's getting equipment lists finished. Obviously, I know it's a bit hard with the sound team at the minute because we don't know what everyone's going to be using. From the looks of it and by the sounds of it, I think there's going to be a few people playing in a band, like possibly. There is that possibility of people playing in a full band. So we will need amps, like guitar amps, bass amps, and like kit. So I'd expect to just have a lot of channels where we're going to be using, not just Ableton stuff. Then obviously there was the getting in contact with the venue, personal team timelines. I think that'll be more like we'll ask like each individual team how long they think a certain task, say like equipment list or like getting like practicing, how much practice they'll like each team will need with the equipment and stuff and setting it up, and if we can put that down in a timeline so we know where everyone is at like various points, how far everyone is along with trying to get prepared for the event. I think that should be it.
Cool.
Sound?
Has anybody got any further points they'd like to discuss or bring up or any concerns? No.
Right. Sound? Meeting over.
Oh, honey.